Okay, today we're going to pick up dirshu, page Chaf, Siman Reish Nun Gimel. It's a very fascinating Siman. People spend many days on these halachas, but we're going to try to go through as much as possible and take out hopefully everything we can in this Siman. Okay, Din Kira V'Tanur Litin Alek Deiros Be'erev Shabbos V'Yisifim. We're going to talk about Lanyan. We're going to start off the Siman with Shehiyah and Chazara. We're going to talk about very practical implications that happen on Shabbos. Zot the Shulchan Aruch. Kira Shehiyah Suya Kegdeira. Pardon?
Too fast.
Yeah, we didn't even start yet. We just gave the Agdama.
I don't hear too well.
Okay, we're going to try to talk very loud so everyone in the entire room can hear us, even like that everyone can hear us. Kira, we have a stove. Shehiyah Suya Kegdeira. V'shutvin al piyah keder lamala. So it's a little stove top. However, there's little holes that you're able to fit in pots, and that's how you warmed up the food. So you have a stove with pots on top. V'yesh ba makom shefisa shtei kederis. There's holes to place in the two pots, and the heat is coming from the bottom. We're going to see how the heat is created. So in huska begefes. Gefes, we're learning now in Baba Basra. It's psoilis of olives. That's like a certain type of coal. Shel zaysim, oibeitzim, whether it's firewood, and that's how you're heating up your stovetop. Asur liten aleha tavshil miba'oid yoim la shoysela. On Erev Shabbos, you're not allowed to leave a pot to cook. We'll see if it's cooked fully or not throughout the Shabbos. With such stuff on the bottom, with firewood or psoil shel zaysim. We're going to see in the Mishnah berurah, then sesame, made out of sesame. Unless it's fully cooked, the food before. What's it mean, mitztamik? Perish. It's like a cholent that's on very long, eventually dries up. So we're talking about it's completely cooked. So now we find out what the issue is. The issue of putting a pot on a stove with coals on the bottom is that you might take a spoon on Shabbos. You want to hurry up. It's not hot enough. Everyone's hungry. You're going to take chas v'sholom, a fork, a utensil, and flip the coals to stir it like that. It creates more heat, and the food cooks quicker. That's the issue, the underlying issue. However, the Mishnah berurah is going to bring a Hagdama, fascinating Hagdama from the Machzis HaShekel. Let's see it inside. Hine mipnei sha'asimin hazeh rabu f'roisav. There's a lot going on. He's already warning us, Dr. Mishnah berurah. There's a lot going on in this siman. In order we don't get confused. Amarti, I told myself, lahatik mesefer machzis hashekel. I'm going to bring out from the sefer machzis hashekel. Psicha ktana eila meikre adinim shalah. Like that, we're going to pull out the meat, the ikare, the main dinim. Kadesh yoretz akari, but like that we can understand quickly the siman, what's going on. Da. You should know, first of all, sheyesh inyan shehiyah, the inyan chazara. There are two things. Shehiyah, which means usually lashon waiting, it's just sitting, and chazara, putting back. So what's it mean, shehiyah? Mikri, shenoisin tavshel me'erev Shabbos al gabe kira. You put a pot on your stove before Shabbos, and you leave it there. Lo derech hatzmani, not covering it up, insulating it at all. You leave it on it's like a warmer. Today, when we have a blech, that's what we do, right? We have a blech, and we put food on top of the blech. We'll see that's the solution for this issue. But we're talking about stovetop without a blech. Let's picture this. You leave your soup nice and warm on a regular Tuesday night. You put it on low flame, and you leave your soup on. Like that, it stays warm. It's the same concept. Throughout Shabbos, you leave it there. Shabbos, on Shabbos, Noitam Akira, you take it. That's called Shehiyah. What's Chazara? Chazara Miki Kashenicha Me'erev Shabbos Al Gabi Kira. When you take it on Erev Shabbos, you put it on Erev Shabbos. Then comes Ube Shabbos, on Friday night meal. Everyone's hungry, so you take out the soup. Noitam Akira, right Salachzir Shenis, you want to return it for later. To replace it, that's what everyone agrees that's considered chazara. There's another inyan. We'll see. We're not going to get into now. And we're going to see in Sev in the Ramah, we are going to see another another type of chazara. Sif Aleph itself is going to take us almost the whole entire next week just to go through Sif Aleph. It's quite extensive. This is almost a full week just learning Sif Aleph. So we'll get to that in Sif Beis. Upeligli, if you go into the Gemara, there's a machlekes upeligli Chananya v'Rabbana. There's a machlekes Chananya and Rabbana. What's the machlekes? The Chananya svirulei imatavshul kvar nispashul k'Michael ben Dursai. Who is Dursai? What's that mean, Michael ben Dursai? Ben Dursai was a ganev. He was always on the run. He was always getting chased. So he'd always quickly, just like you have a fugitive, someone who's running away from the law, he quickly makes his food, gobbles it, and runs off. How much is that? Some say it's half cooked. Some even want to say it's a third cooked. Here we bring the chetzi bishul, v'yeshayimim, it's kashlish bishul, it's only a third cooked. The halacha is, mutter la'ashoisa gabe kira, according to Chananya, you're allowed to leave it on Shabbos. Afilu meina grufa min hagacholim, even if you didn't remove the coals. Veina ketuma, what's it mean ketuma? Hainu shemechasa gacholim be'efer, where it's totally, completely covered already in the efer. That shitas Chananya, that it's mutter. V'chachamim, however, sirulu the aser meina grufa v'ketuma. If there's no blech, what we call in 2024, if you don't have a blech, it's aser. You're not allowed to put on. I think that's what we hold. We're going to see. And then came special cold tzarka, unless it's completely cooked, umitztamik veraloi. It's going to get worse and worse if you leave it on. Or if you quickly try to warm it up, make it a higher flame, all you're going to do is burn out your chalent. Then it's mutter. Ubereish parakira tanan. This is Masechtas, I think it's the second parak in Shabbos. Kira she'isuka. You have a stove, we're talking about, and you have these coals. You're masik it. Begafis of eitzim, we're talking about again. It means soila shel zaysim, olives or firewood. Lo yitain, you're not allowed to put it on. Achi yigroif, achi yitain is afer until you remove it, or you cover it up with this afer. We want to make it easier. We'll just call it the blech. Umibayla shas, and the Gemara declares, Hi lo yitain. When it says you're not allowed to the tanan right to loimer lo yasha, means you're just not allowed to leave it there. Elaine can garv the katum, which is the asa kirabana and the chananya, which will come out shitas rabbana, or no, layite, right? So layite means to replace. Don't put it back, which is shitas chananya, right? So layachshav shehiyah, to leave it there. Mutaras afilei the garv katum, and that will be like chananya. That's chananya v'lay ifshetahai b'bai. The Gemara never came out with a exact pshat. We don't know. So therefore, it's a machlekes hapaiskin. Who pasku harifa Rambam va'indim b'shitasim hold lishois tanan ucharabanan the chananya. They want to say like the machmirim according to the Rif and the Rambam. Therefore, dafilu lishois, even to do regular shehiyah, which means leave it on Shabbos beina gabe krufa v'katuma, it needs to be a blech. V'hatoises pasku their meko lahachzir tanan. Aval lishois muta afilu in a grufa. Mission is special Kamachol ben Dursoi v'Chananya. So what again? Outside we have a machlokes Chananya and Rabbanon. If by a blech is shehiyah mutter, Chazara everyone holds it's aser. Shehiyah is a machlokes. According to Chananya, it's mutter. Taisus wants to hold like Chananya. The Rif and the Rambam want to hold like Rabbanon. So when someone asks you today, as a Talmud Chacham, is it mutter to put back something that was cooked Kamachol ben Dursoi, which either means half cooked or a third cooked? Can you leave it on Shabbos without a blech? Avadan to put it back as aser. It's a machlekes, Taisus, and the Rambam and the Rif, which is the beer machlekes is based on Chananya and Rabban. Okay. We're going to go through these 2 days. They are Aleph is Das Rif Rambam. There are machmirim. Which we're going to get to, not yet. It's going to take a while. B'saisiv Aleph who das Rashi v'Taisus anal. So Rashi also does. Now we see Tosu Shitas Rashi. Zeu ma shibarnu b'ksaro ma'at nova levar is divrei Shulchan Aruch b'ezras Hashem. In Yetz Hashem we should have a lot of atzloch in the siman. These are one of the most crucial simanim in Chelik Gimel. So let's see now the Mishnah Berurah. The Mishnah Berurah says you have this stovetop that's made that you're able to put in these pots and shutfin halpiyah. And gam b'saycha yeshmakam lahamid aktera. So you have two options. Either you could put it, take the stove, take your pot, and plug it in, and there's a rim is going to protect it from not falling down. Or you could even put it in the bottom. There's room to put it on the bottom. There's like a little plank, what we call today an oven. Welcome, Julie. We just started a lengthy agdama, but we literally just started the Mishnah Berurah. We're talking about Shutma al Piyah, Gabasech Yesh Makom Lahamid Akdeira. You could also put it in. Umotel Hashis. When are you allowed to do Shehiyah b'mitztamek v'raloi when it's going to dry up? Elam Mishum the right. L'shmeinu isra mitztamek v'yafaloi afilu b'piyah. The chiddush what we're mentioning piyah is to tell you regarding mitztamek v'yafaloi. Okay, we're saying husko begefes, which is psoilis shel zeisim. Mishum dechol hani avdik echol lemchashin Hashem yechat behem. The problem is they're coals, and when you're going to stir them to higher the heat. Okay, and then it says, what is gefes? Psoil shel zeisim. The Mishnah Berurah brings down v'yesh haimrim doing them psoil shel shumshin, even sesame seeds. And the Shartzin says, look at Rabbi Akiva Eiger. Rabbi Akiva Eiger says, he asks, why later we're going to see Rishon Zayin Linin Atmana? There we do say psoil shel also sesame. Okay, he's married that. The gam him b'chlal gefes and iskav Mishnah. If you look in the Mishnah, the Chalmam Sim Rishon Zayin Sav Gimel Linin Atmana. The deer clearly does say. Clearly does say Shum Shemin. Oy beheitze. V'odim become imchalak galei behem agasa. Chaim, we just started Rishon Gimel today. So v'odim become it, whether it's coals or any, even galei behema could cause the heat. Litin alem v'odim imhaya nasin. Even if it was ready, they're tzarich l'salik. You have a chiv k'shegias machashecha, and they bring that for no foreign. If you forgot tzarich t'chaznish, you have to remove it on Shabbos, even though it's muksa. Kolshkin was amazing. Mlanis bashlo again called Tarko Shem it's Damek v'Yafalai. May by Yom Hainu lit my kaidim shchis achamala sheisalel l'tzerich alayla. And they make a deal with tzerich dafka at night. The Mishnah Berurah quickly outside says the lashon atur tzerich alayla. And the nafkamina is going to be if it's for tomorrow, just like raw meat. We're going to see is that it's mutter because there's no problem of coals. Ela in kenis bashlo hainu the kima shekman is bashlo legamre. The point is once it gets cooked, ashen tisbashu yaiser titstamek kara. It's not going to be enjoyable. It's like a dried out cholent. No one likes that. So you're not going to turn on, make it higher. Therefore it's mutter lekatchila. Mitztamik v'raloi perish called davish adam atzid. You get upset. Oh, shoot. Today it's like very practical with the crack pot. If you forget, they'll leave it on keep warm. You leave it on low and you go, a lot of crack pots, you keep it on low, you know your cholent's going to be very dry by tomorrow morning. Shadam atzid. Because she obviously is gets too hot. He's happy.
The other way.
No, cholent eventually dries. Yeah, leave a cholent on high for over by the time you get the Shabbos morning. Unless it's a faulty crack pot, then it's a faulty crack pot. Then it's not very strong. My house, it's on keep warm. But I leave it on low, the cholent's going to get dried out.
I would think the other way around.
Oh, you're the caterer.
I would think that the higher it is, it's. I'll give you an example. When I put the cholent on the Friday night before Shabbos, I'll put it at 6 or 7, but by the time I start heating up for the next day, it's 3.
Right, because you put the cholent very late. But if someone puts up the cholent Friday morning, by the time on a summer Shabbos, he puts it on keep warm. Let's continue because it's almost Maariv. Okay, what about putting it on a radiator? Could you put it on a radiator? They bring down Cincinnati Derech Bishul. It's mutter lekatchila. Yeah.
You know what that sounds like? When I traveled one time.
Let's finish this because it's almost Maariv and we have to start Maariv on time. So I want to quickly go through this. What about keeping it on a radiator? We're saying it's not a problem because it's not derech bishul, therefore lekatchila. However, they bring down from Eliashiv, l'maisi yesh lefakvek ve'in lumchas b'yadam akilim. What about something like a neft? There that it's kashmak to put it on. They bring from Shlomo Zalman that since some people use it during the week, therefore it's a problem, even though the reason why you're doing it is for heat, for regular heat. What about chamei tvaria and other stuff, solar, other stuff that no issue of shami yechata avada, it's mutter. Okay. However, they bring down over here. Where is it coming from? The Shartzim brings down an Zayin that he brings down Ayin the Kaman Rishim and Alf Bibir Halacha. There he wants to say that v'asher lashis aleha. That's what it means. Hainu lin nekaydim shkiyas achama. You're not allowed to leave it before shkiyas achama l'shoyis aleha tzarich halayla. And in the year they say the lashon Shulchan Aruch is v'asher. Since it's asher, you must remove it. Okay. Mitztamek v'raloi. Zok, there's a famous Pri Megadim. What is the halacha? We're going to see this in the test. What is the halacha when you have a pot that some has mitztamek v'yafaloi, some has mitztamek v'raloi? Zok the Pri Megadim. You go baser the roif. We're going to stop over here. It's about the Dumar, but I just want to see inside the Bir halacha la shoyis alel. He says the tzarich halayla is the lashon haTorah. What happens for cholent, which is the next day? Delay. We're not worried. You're going to flip it. Just like chayasa, we're going to see about raw meat, and we're going to see Reish and Dalsefei in the Goyim. over there, Magen Avraham, the Alirabba, the Medina, and Lismachazet, the Dafka with raw meat that is impossible to eat, we're not choishish. And something that's possible, even though Yadas says to eat it for tomorrow, we might have a problem of Shami Chate, and therefore, b'di'evid, you could be Saimach in this, you shouldn't get used to it. We're going to stop over here, Mitzvah Shem, we're going to start, Mitzvah Shem, we're going to pick up tomorrow, page 40.